Call the meeting to order Monday, January 5th at 6:32. Members present. I don't know. Sorry, Mark can go that way.
Mark Sand?
Daniel Jones.
Cindy.
Well, okay,
Oh.
Cindy Courier, liaison from
Yeah,
the
John
CRA.
Regan. And David Paul. Approval of previous meetings. Everyone get a chance to take a look at the November meetings, which I did briefly.
I think we actually approved it.
Did we approve November?
We looked at the December meeting.
Yeah. Maybe not. July 9th meeting. No.
Approve the July 29th meeting. Okay. That's what I have.
Sorry.
All right, well, let's shelve that until next meeting.
Yeah.
We never get a chance to look at November, and we'll have to do December at the same time. Correspondence. Is Mary not here? Any other correspondence that anyone has heard? Mark, anything? John?
Did you do a ping pong permit? Like a,
I told Mike
yeah, okay.
what we were doing
Yeah.
and when.
Yeah, so that comes under,
I didn't see that.
not under correspondence, but under
Oh,
applications
sorry,
and all that.
that's my fault.
All right. Bills are claims. I don't think we can do that because we don't have
Either
Mary.
of them, yeah.
And I have to remember that I have to sign two alongside with Mary. I forgot that. The new rules.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's two signatures? Do we need to?
The chair has to do it, or assistant chair. So that the person who's treasurer or whoever's doing that work has to sign, and then I have to co-sign. Yeah.
Okay, is there any, do we need to fill out any documentation to?
Not that I know. They just had me come down and sign it before the last, a month or two ago. I had to shoot down and sign it at town hall.
Okay.
did you post this?
Are you talking
meeting?
about something
Did you get,
to-
so you're
Well, I
officially-
didn't personally post it.
You still have?
Oh, no, not the posting, but the bills and claims. Like
No, I know,
when the
but
documents go-
I changed subjects.
Okay, fine.
Let me go back to this, because I don't know when that was instituted. Is there any forms that we need to fill out? Because normally, when we do our reorganization, we authorize Mary to sign
Yep.
everything for us.
Yep.
Now, they're asking us to, in addition to Mary, we need to have two officers sign.
Chair.
And more people.
Chair.
There has to be the chair?
If we had an assistant chair, but I think the way it was explained to me, the chair had to sign too. That's why I had to leave work briefly, shoot down here, sign it, shoot back to work.
Can we get clarification so that it
Okay.
doesn't become a burden to you or any one of us if two out of the three, because I know corporation votes might be two people. Out of these four people, two people need to sign it.
Yeah.
I think we need to, but
Yeah, no, I think they specifically said chair because, yeah, they specifically said chair. Application for fields, court, field house, or other. I know of none. That would be Mike's category.
Yeah, I'm sure the ping pong is in. That should be all.
I gave him all that information a while ago.
Okay.
I think it was through like April 1st, a couple meetings ago. You did it.
Through April,
Yeah.
through the month of April.
Great,
Update on old business. I got correspondence back from Chris Huntress about the walking trail going around the field. And he said, I'm sorry, I haven't forgotten you. He's in the process of dealing with conservation to figure out if the area that goes around the two small fields and how it connects back with the big fields. So there's an area right there that's questionable. So he's researching that so he can give us a number of what it would cost from his aspect as far as doing the design. And then from that point, we talk to Tracy, see if we get some kind of approval, and then we go the next distance as far as trying to fund it.
Can you say that part again from fields 3 and 4 to
So,
5?
yeah,
5A,
so
5B?
so if you go along the parking lot and then you go along Central Street, go up to where the small fields are. If you take a right going by the small fields, it's not hard right that goes down to connect with the fields that go all the way to the back and then back around. He has it a little bit of a semicircle that goes a little bit past the fields. And that area right there, for some reason, is,
I'm trying to visualize, because there's an area where those phragmites are growing with the drainage pipe coming through that by the hump.
you know more than I do about humps. And so these are the two small fields. This is the sort of a larger field. I don't know if it goes
Yeah.
like that, right? So the path, the field house is here.
Yeah.
The path goes around here. This is all general. It goes up around here, and what it does is it goes like this and then back over. This area right here is the area in question. So he has to get that discussed. Don't know why.
Is that what the big tree, is there a big,
Big
this
tree.
is central?
Yeah, big tree is going to be right about just the end of the field. The big tree is down here. Here's the hump.
No, it's not the hump. It's this area right here,
Yeah.
which,
But I'm saying in terms of relationship, right here's where the phragmites are. Here's the pathway down to the tarmac.
yeah.
So you're talking about this area.
Yeah, the path, basically the path goes right alongside the field, all the way around, except for right in this area. Instead of going along the small field and taking a, I guess that'd be a left-hand turn right to you, that area right there, he looped it. And his plans, initial plans, and he said that that is something that he has to figure out in order to give us a quote.
Conservation Commission for a walking trail?
That's
If it impedes any sensitive areas, like wetlands or whatnot, I don't know that's part of the flood zone, and they need to.
I mean, I'm not questioning why, but I'm
No.
just questioning why.
He had originally, he'd got plans, the whole thing with the basketball court. The basketball court was as easy as it was because when he did these initial plans for
Yeah.
all the fields,
Yeah.
he had got approval and knew what area was an issue.
We had a map at some point in time, it actually probably was hundreds.
Yeah,
It
we
showed-
still do.
Showed some hot zones.
Oh, we do? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, going back a couple of meetings when the cross-country coach came in, I've walked that area, and, you know, there's like some reeds there and stuff, so I'm wondering.
Phragmites, yeah.
This is what he wrote back to me. Dave, please see the attached proposal. It's higher than I would like, but since the pathway goes through the buffer zone area, we have to get an updated survey and wetland delineation and apply for a notice of intent on your Conservation Commission. Please review, let me know. I just received this, and at this point, the cost looks like a lot. $44,000 for a map of it. And you can see where the issue is. That's
All right, can we pass the hat? If we go 1, 2, 3, 5,
5.
8,000 apiece.
Does that become a line item in your budget that you give to Tracy? How do you pay for that?
So-
To me, that would come out of the fund, the reserve fund, if we'll call it. We haven't come up with a name for it yet, but
Initially, any of this stuff that we, like when we did the playground and things like that, the town had a certain amount set aside for doing plans like that.
Okay.
That did come out of our money. Now, maybe eventually did come out, but when we first discussed it, it wasn't coming out of our money. It was sort of a budgetary item that they could use for doing plans and things like that. So when we first were going for that ARPA funds, when he did those plans, I don't know what it was, $13,000, I don't know, $18,000 for his plans. That money came from another fund other than our rec committee. Now, in the end result, did it come from us? Maybe they took it out of our.
Yeah.
I don't know how county did that, but that was proposed before, and
She's still gonna have, you guys want to look at it down here?
can we redraw it?
You're
Maybe.
still gonna have a buffer zone going around the fields.
Field house.
I believe so.
Yeah, like the basketball court.
What was your thought about going through the fields, Pete?
We didn't like that
was,
idea.
yeah, was sort of overruled, because that's gonna be a pain for DPW with mowing and
Yeah.
things like that to break up the field.
Yeah.
Not a danger to walkers.
Maybe, I don't.
The other
The
thought,
thought I had too was you're walking right behind a
Yeah.
net at some point in time, so it's
yeah,
not that,
I wonder if we could possibly talk to him about maybe reducing the size of those 2 small fields, because I don't know those are regulation small fields. I wonder,
They're regulation for,
whatever
this
the age group.
yeah.
Okay.
The other thing he needs to really look at is going along, it's really nice when you look at it on a map, you draw it, but walk behind where the fields are and the stone wall. There is a gradient between where the stone walls are and the fields. We've asked and if you go there one year, it seems like there's a lot of space between where the end lines are and the wall. But we asked the soccer and lacrosse teams to move your goals, their field size, anywhere from 8 to 12, 15 feet each year. So they're not always on the very same spot year after year, so it judges. What happens is, if you get too close to the stone wall next to it, in the springtime, if you think the fields are wet, think of something that's 4 feet lower,
you saw big net.
without any drainage system.
Well, it's also a hazard. A player, if it gets close to the edge, that's not a good thing. If you run off and all of a sudden you run downhill, okay.
Yeah, years ago,
That's
I talked to James about that,
Liability, yeah.
about just running that along that stone wall, and their concern was weed whacking or something. He wasn't. So let's find out. I'll have a conversation with Chris and find out if there's any options other than what we have to try to make this happen.
Because when we had kind of mapped one out, we had a half mile. Does it have to be a half mile?
No, the idea was to go around all the fields.
Got it.
But I don't know if there's, what's option B? We're going to run it. I mean,
And we don't want to run down the hill because then we lose point of sight,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, the around the field is perfect. It's
Yeah, and it was roughly a half mile, which was, so 2 laps is a mile. Perfect.
So let me have further conversation with him. I'll get in touch with him this week, and
I do take exception with the requirement that it has to be line of sight, because the only reason it works for near line of sight is somebody's there to see you go down. Right now, nobody's there. People are walking as it currently is. It's a nice safety feature, but it's
Yeah.
not essential.
I think Cindy's point would be more, I would be, as an elderly person, would be more comfortable walking where I think someone could see me fall, as opposed to us saying that, well, no one's going to see you anyways.
Well, having walked
I think I defer to that side, like, all right, if I'm down, then yeah, you got a chance.
And the other part about that is that with this, what we were thinking, it's level. It's not. There's not that
There
much
really
elevation
is. It's no
change,
grade.
which is perfect for, for the boys cross country team, maybe not, but for people that just want to go out and walk safely, it's a win-win. So.
Or kids learning to ride their bike.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I think it seems like a lot of money, but if you go back and see what we spent before to get plans for basketball and for the playground, and then you consider their cost of living increase, can we swing it? I don't know. Again, once I have that conversation, and I think he probably sent this to Tracy.
I think the way to phrase this, I agree with you, yes. If it costs 44 grand to get the T's crossed, then yeah.
It's going to be. My guess is it's going to be 44 grand.
But
What it is.
I think we need, all right, do we invest the 44 grand to get it so it's right? Or does that force us into option B, which is you got to redraw it, kind of, could probably redraw it for free, I think is what I'm.
I just don't know what we could redraw it at.
Yeah.
again, let me go back, because I don't know if I made it clear. If you're at the far end, down by fields 2 and 4, if you're laying down because you fell, if you're at the road or the field house, it's very hard to see you unless you're looking for somebody.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Right, so, you know,
I don't think that's, I think that line of sight is, I guess it should be termed a safe walking elevation.
Yeah, you could see people coming up behind you. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, the idea is to do this for both town people and for all of us that are getting older. And,
Who are town people?
yeah, no, exactly.
You're saying
exactly,
all ages.
Exactly, all ages, that's
I
what
get
I
what
should
you're
have put it. I'm
saying.
sorry, you're right. And I think that having it level in that area, again, this is sort of my baby, so I should probably back off, but that's good.
No, that's my baby too. If you allow me to share your baby,
All right.
yeah.
All right, so,
All right, I'm concerned.
Congrats.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned with the cross-country thing now. In fact, I was trying to write an email to him about, Tracy, get back to me, come in and make a presentation, so I wanted to talk to him about, walk it with him, and let's take some pictures and stuff, and maybe I'll recruit him to come with me. I had asked Mick for the email address, and I just got it, so it was like, well, I think he'd sent it a couple weeks ago. I just saw it. So I can do that. If you want to say something to him, I will email him.
All right.
But I will also introduce this as a potential issue, because it's...
it has been. It has been a long term.
It's funky down there, yeah.
And I was kind of hoping, because you know what it's been like, and I was kind of,
Well,
maybe
because
this
there's
will
a
work.
down low, which I think is what he I'm not sure where he wanted to cross.
Yep.
It's only a couple hundred yards. I mean, it literally is like a couple hundred yards of woods, and it's just like trees knocked down. There's no, he doesn't.
I would love to walk it with you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
At some
I
point, we're
would
going to
certainly.
need to cross the little creek that's there. Right now.
No. We're across the creek. We're headed up the hill.
Now, you cross the creek.
And he wants to go, I think he just wants to go right. Yeah, and
Go
this-
right and,
So you'd be behind the goals, so to speak, in the woods. Yeah.
if you're crossing over the, I'm going to use the word bridge, the steel plate.
Yes, you're over the
You've
bridge.
crossed,
Yeah.
go back, you go 27 feet. There's a path to the right
Yeah,
that circles around
Yep.
the hill.
right.
At the bottom of that is where all the drainage from the fields, and not all, a lot of the drainage from the fields go.
Right.
It's wet and
But if you came up the hill, because there's...
You come up the hill, you take and you go up, I think it's like 15 yards, there's a path to the right,
Yeah,
and that connects to this other loop that comes around, and then it goes up to the top of the hill.
right.
At the top of the hill is where the old road,
Yes, yeah.
there it is.
Yep,
And is he looking to go right, and then there used to be a path, or eminence of a path of, if you cross that wet, soggy area, and actually had, I wasn't there. There was concern at one point, and the Conservation Commission came in, about hazardous waste material flowing through that area. It happened to be phosphate, so it's not a problem. But there's an area going through the woods to the second upland that's behind it.
correct. And then you're down and up again, and you're on the tarmac. It's the tarmac going
The
down.
tarmac, okay, I hear what you're saying, yes. Okay.
So we're slow progress, if you see him in class. Did he get your grade for second term?
Second quarter has not ended just yet. I have a test tomorrow morning. And I have a class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll get you home soon.
We'll get you home, we'll get you home.
What's it in?
No. It's an English class with him. It's we were supposed to have a quiz before winter break, but he pushed it to after. We're also supposed to have a quiz after break, so I don't know which quiz he's going to give us tomorrow. So I'm
Ooh.
studying for 2 different quizzes at once.
That's the point. And it's not going to come tomorrow. You're not going to have it.
Okay, we'll move on to pickleball, ping pong update. Anything?
Good there.
Ping pong starts for us on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that it had started already, so I don't know if you guys gave that approval, but that was.
Yeah,
not
no,
on
I
us.
put in for 2 weeks. Permit, yeah,
So,
yeah.
Okay.
but I did confirm with Tom Andrews that he'll be opening and closing that.
Yeah, good.
And that, I think we already talked about that, that's a certain time.
So it's Thursdays from 9 to 11,
Okay,
and that's from this Thursday through the month of April.
okay. And is that open to all?
Anyone who wants to.
Okay.
I mean, it's a council on aging program, so
Yeah.
it would probably be mostly seniors, but if there's other people that want to join, kind of like pickleball.
Or team?
If it's at 9 o'clock, you could do it on your way to work, just be a little late.
I'm gonna be,
And it's a
You want to go to the
BYOT,
bar?
bring your own paddle?
We have paddles,
Nice,
balls,
nice.
And you got
we
the-
have table.
The Sharks actually show up with like leather paddle cases, but that's,
you got the permit for,
No.
all right. All right, water bubbler update. I do not have anything on that. Anything? Does
So-
anyone know anything? Go ahead.
I know that that is all set, that DPW plans on installing that, I believe,
I've
this
heard that too.
spring.
I've heard that.
So,
For 4 years now?
well, I believe they are taking care of, like, it'll come out of the revolving fund,
Yeah.
but they will purchase it and install it
Yep.
in the spring. They obviously aren't gonna do it now. So that can probably come off this agenda, because it's,
Well, so it's installed?
well, I mean.
Because
to
this is
keep
going on
putting
for-
that-
this has been
If
going
I
on
can
for 4
just
years.
give you my 2 cents on this, to keep putting, like, leaving things on the agenda that have been resolved.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks, like, to someone who doesn't come to these meetings and doesn't know that it just looks like you're not.
it was actually interesting when I had to go
Completing
back and
everything.
do minutes from like 4 months ago. It was just like, wow, a lot of stuff didn't roll forward here. Like,
Yeah, no, it doesn't, but it just, as long as we just keep on talking about it.
Yeah.
And they know.
But they're aware, and I confirmed that again today.
Okay.
When I saw this on here.
excellent.
So that's all set.
I'll share my solution that I use. I would take it off if this were a select board meeting, and I maintain a to-do list.
Yep.
Okay.
Follow up of what we said we do,
All right.
and what's the status of it, and I periodically bring that out.
But
Rather
not
than
have
have
it on
an
your
agenda-
agenda.
Rather than have it be an agenda item, it's just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
All right.
run through that whole list.
Because that's all, we've all,
Otherwise, you might forget it, to your point, John.
we did vote on it. And we did forget about it for years. And then we said, oh, it hasn't been done. And we approved the money, and we had a dollar amount, and everything seemed to be good, and then it just didn't get done. It hasn't done now, the price has gone up, and it may get done.
Well, I was told it will, so.
Yeah,
This,
me too.
this the indoor one?
I don't want to go there. I don't want
The
to
indoor
go.
one or the outdoor one?
I don't want to go there.
Indoor.
Okay. Site improvements to the Triton, we just talked about it. Site improvements to the Triton campus from Central, follow-up. We just talked about that, or is this, does that include the trail?
The trail, just the trail.
So this is,
Oh, okay,
this is
sorry.
something different?
I
No,
jumped ahead.
that is the trail.
Okay, great. DPW maintenance site control, I still haven't even looked into that. I think they said they do it when they do it, but
What does that mean?
I'm gonna take it out. Those are my to-do lists, the maintenance schedule. They just want to know when they put down fertilizer and seed, and so that we can let the users know.
That and, again, in years past, they used to, we would rest one field in the summer, or 2 fields. There's a question of, to my knowledge, they've never aerated the fields. I mean, most places,
Needs it.
fields needs to be,
Yep.
some places do it annually. We haven't done it in an extended period of time. So if we can get on a schedule, I'm not suggesting it needs to be done every year.
I'm gonna,
But if we said every 3 years, this gets done, and they can, we can budget for it, they can allocate the staffing for it, and then if we can get like with other maintenance issues, just maintain things on a regular basis. Like this septic, we get done every year. At one point, we were talking about it, does it need it to be done every year?
yeah, that sort of fell under DPW. They said, don't worry about that, we handle that. So that was fine with us. I think that on the field, what could probably help us would be, like you say, to have it aerated. Someone suggested they aerate and then add sand to that aeration hole, which will help absorb some of the water that we have that's been a problem. So I'll run that by and see if that's a possibility for him. But that will be in my to-do list.
Still in pretty good shape.
And then,
Can I just ask, when you're talking about resting a field in the summer, what does that mean?
That means they do extensive work on it, whether it's a reseeding, like, I know it's not the optimal time, but fields tend not to be used, so
Right.
there used to be field one shut down, we don't rent it out, we close it off, we put tape up or whatever, keep people off it, and we do extra seeding of grass. If it needs a third application of any type of nutrient, extra line, or whatever it needs. And that way, we're not closing down all the fields, it's one field at a time.
So you're just looking to know which one they're gonna do this?
Well, they have been doing that. You know, 8 years ago, that was a regular, there's a relationship of saying, all right, we're gonna do 5A and 5B. Which, again, in the past, the summer, we had more activity than we currently do. And we would coordinate with them which field and which ones we rented out for. Because soccer used to have activities going, and if they're going to be open, we could come in. So we could just, hey, if it's going to be closed, let's move it to 3, and we're talking about if the 10's coming up.
It sounds like you guys could lay out a plan with James and say, here's a document of what we need.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's all inclusive of
but
aerating,
I agree.
adding sand.
I brought up things before and he said, yeah, we do that. So,
Yeah,
We need to see it from him to say, here's what we got, so we can say, oh,
yeah.
are you doing this?
But if you have a plan, a document plan, people can be held accountable.
yeah, and the other thought from me is I don't know what, I'm not a landscaper and I'm not in charge of this field, so I don't know what they do. I don't know how many times they cut the grass.
Yeah.
If it's as needed, I don't know when they add fertilizer, what time that, is it spring? So I'll talk to them and find out, and have a sit down for a couple minutes, just find out generally what they do and what, if we have a schedule, if we know they do this, 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 and this, we can just make sure it's right.
Typically, it's twice a year. They should be fertilizing it once in the spring before the kids get on it. They have had it, they put little signs up. I think it's 48 hours before somebody should be on it. People do go on it, they don't prohibit them. And then it should be another feeding in the fall. That doesn't have to be as aggressive. One for root growth, and one for growth. Other places will do a feeding in the middle of the summer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because we irrigate,
No.
and many places don't.
I live to serve you.
Yeah, I'd love to steal your pen. All right, so that's great. That's on my to-do list. And then,
Do we have a work area online, Mark? Is there like could we put a Google sheet up there and here's the to-do list? Is there?
that'd be my thing.
We begin with M.
No, well, yeah, well,
I think
Yeah,
Mike-
that's true. It's a
Mike
Mike
is,
thing.
Mike
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
Mike
yeah,
is
yeah.
the.
But there could be
IT
a
guy.
Google Doc.
I'll ask you, is there like a council on aging place where all your documents are? Not
All of
everybody's
my
doc-
documents?
Yeah,
No, I don't put all of my documents, but like we had our new space needs report, that's on the menu.
that's on the website, but
On
I'm
my
talking
website.
about just, the website is on a hard drive somewhere, and that hard drive can have different folders with like stuff that only your people can access. Instead of having a spreadsheet on your desk, it can be in the cloud and you can all work on it.
I have a shared folder for my staff, but it's not part of the website.
Right, well, yes,
Yes.
okay, I think that's what
I know
I'll ask
what you're
Mike
asking
about
for,
that.
yeah.
And I got a hint of that somehow, because there was like access permissions and the stuff we're fighting with to get agendas up. Seems to me like it's, because the to-do list could be up there and we could add stuff to it.
Add to the to-do list.
Done.
Yeah,
Add to the to-do list. Done.
All right. New businesses, site improvement for Triton campus. We just discussed that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
So is there just, and we can move on to close up the meeting, but
What's the deal with the shade structure?
I haven't done anything. So I think Mary was working on that to get some actual prices.
Mary was getting quotes.
Yeah.
I'm very warm to the idea of just putting the canvas up, some kind of tarp. a little more significant than a piece of plastic. But,
No, it has to be something significant.
yeah. You said you had one, Cindy?
I have one.
Tarp of some kind?
Yeah, it's like a pop-up tent kind of thing.
Oh, okay, so
You know.
that's not what we're thinking.
It's
That's not what
bigger
I'm
than
thinking
what
of.
we had before.
Yeah.
That blew away.
Is that to cover the picnic tables, that's 10 by 20.
It's pretty good size. I have two of them, but when DPW has put them up for me in the past, they've secured them.
Yeah, that's, yes.
So it's not just poles that you hope stay in the ground. You know,
Right.
They really secured it. But
Right, that's on my list to do too.
we don't have
we
any idea
If
how-
we can
how
come up
much
with
that
the,
was.
if we can get up the, if we can come up with the actual shade, I can ask him what he would need or how difficult it would be to him to put in whatever it takes, whether it's those pilings that they use, the telephone poles or whatever, something that can connect everything together.
Thinking tiki bar, actually. Yeah.
I saw some really great shading.
It's the
in
open flames are no
In
problem.
in the Caribbean, when I was down there, they had pickleball court set up, it's right on the ocean, so you had that Caribbean sun blasting down, and they had this whole structure built out of those.
Did you take a picture?
I did.
So you run a fact-finding mission?
I
Yes,
was.
that's what I saw. I've got plenty of pictures in mind.
Site improvement from Troy. So that, my question for that was, we went off topic here. The coach is trying to get a running trail through the fields, is that correct?
Yes, he's
And-
trying to
And,
clear out some paths.
yeah, and that is that encompassing that area that Mark was talking about with the metal plate? Is that in May, is that possible to walk from Triton to the fields without getting your feet wet?
If as long as it's not like raining, or has not rained recently, then yes, you can get in perfectly fine. That's pretty much the only concern is if it just rained.
Well,
Okay,
I
so
think
I went
another
anyway,
answer would be
so-
it's cross-country, you spoke, you know.
Oh, no,
it's okay to get your feet wet.
the reason I bring this up is, and I'll make it short, is that eventually what we want to do, this is a long-term plan, there is a thought, a path that starts at our fields, goes around Triton, and then makes its way around, not the Fatherland,
Caldwell?
Caldwell Farms.
Caldwell Farm. And then eventually, the thought was to go as far as Governors.
Caldwell Farm piece is done, actually.
And I think that's where his idea of the the current train to the field path that there is. He wanted to cut the other one off in the other direction towards the far field of Triton, just so you're not
yeah.
like coming out through the woods. You're just coming out straight onto where that trail around Triton's property is.
Okay.
And so I think that's where that part of his idea came from. So.
Is that covered? Everyone have their?
I'll stick, that's mine, I'll stick with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to deal with that. Did we pick? I wasn't around in December. Did we pick meetings for the February? Does anyone know?
I want to say
Yes, it is.
We did, we went like to March, I think, but I didn't write it down.
I do not have them.
Each of them was the
They
first
should be in the
Monday.
minutes. I'll just check with Mick on the minutes.
First Monday of.
First Monday of February, so February 2nd.
The March was also whatever the first Monday was.
I do not have March put down, but if it's on the first Monday, that's unfortunate.
I think we were trying to get back to Mondays.
All right, so let's just stick with the second, February 2nd for the next meeting. Everyone good with that? 6:30.
And then are we also doing the March one as well?
If you want to,
Yeah,
let me open the calendar. Oh, sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm really.
March 2nd.
Unlike the US, when I come to grabby things, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
I need your pen. I'm
you're
just
not
taking
getting
it.
in the parking lot without.
I need your pen, I'm just taking it.
I'll bring
I get March 2nd,
I'll
so,
bring two next time.
March 2nd?
Yep.
But here's the one thing, if my memory serves me correctly, the applications are due soon.
Okay.
And then we should be giving them notice, so it has to be on the agenda, we have to have that meeting or follow-up meeting to approve them, to let them know by February 10th.
Okay, so the 2nd's fine for, yeah, because they should have all their stuff in by then, or,
Or at least the application.
yeah, and then we could do a provisional approval for the permits. Okay, we've got dates, we adjourn. Everyone good for calling this one?
Yep.
I would love to call the Recreation Committee meeting adjourned at 7:07, January 2nd. All in favor?
I-
Done.
All right.